Hey, it's Les from the TV Dudes. This week, we're releasing part 3 of my interview with the creators and stars of TV Land's comedy series Nobodies. The series is about a set of comedian friends trying to get their career started, with the creators playing fictionalized versions of themselves. I spoke with Hugh Davidson about finding what's funny in yourself, writing scripts with your improv partners, and much more. I hope you enjoy.
Hello?
Hi, Hugh. It's Les.
Hey.
Obviously, all of the really interesting questions are asked and answered. So we're just going to dive into the weird "what tree do you want to be" kind of stuff from here on in.
Okay. Oak.
It's a good choice. It's a solid choice. What first got you into comedy? What pushed you over the line to saying, "I'm going to go audition for Groundlings. This is more than just making people laugh at parties"?
I think I did not really want to. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. I was like, when I was younger, I thought I would be an illustrator or writer. I think I had a kind of idea, something about and I read a lot of comics, and then I kind of thought something about art and writing seemed about right. I thought I was a writer. I saw myself as a writer a bit. And then in young adulthood, but I think I had one of those, family situations where it's like the role I played, not to get, the psychological aspect of it all, but I just think I bet humor was a bit of a adaptive mechanism, being funny was like a way to cope with either things that seemed upsetting or be the person in the family who's light and fun. And then, so I didn't really think of it, but I did love certain kinds of comedic performances. And then I went to I finally ended up thinking I was okay, well, I'll be a director or filmmaker, because I kind of thought I'll draw and write, and that seemed like filmmaking, but I didn't really have any real plan about it. But I went to Cal Arts, and then while I was at Cal Arts, there was a great guy there who taught. He was an old British man named Sir Alexander McKendrick. He directed the Sweet Smell of Success, Burt Lancaster and Tony Curtis. And he would he seemed like he had gone crazy at some point and just was now teaching up in Cal Arts instead of still making films. And he was like a sketch comedy character himself. But he impressed upon me the idea that to direct, you needed to know how to act. And something about that then caused me to, it was he was real into Shakespeare, and we took a Shakespeare scene. And then at some point I was I think I like the acting part, but I was like Larry and Rachel, I was a bit ashamed of it. Or I think I look down on actors. I think they're dumb and annoying and needy and crazy. And then I think I didn't want to do it. I wanted to be a successful actor, but I certainly didn't want to be a person trying to be an actor. So I didn't want to do it. And then at some point he died. The rest of the film program was crazy avant-garde filmmaking. And then I decided I should switch to the theater department, and I'd direct plays, which is even crazier than directing film. Who wants to direct plays? And then they made me audition, and then I was looking at LA Weekly, which is the alternative newspaper magazine thing with all the hooker ads in the back. And then there was an ad for Groundlings, and some part of me thought oh, I bet they're a little less pretentious than normal acting classes, and it'll be thus less intimidating. And so I took acting class there, and then I didn't really expect to keep advancing in it, and I didn't expect to then. So it's just weird. I never expected to be an actor, yet I hold a master, or not a master's because it was undergraduate, but a very serious acting degree from Cal Arts, serious acting. And then I did the whole Groundlings thing, but still I never saw myself as an actor, and still barely do.
What's been the craziest twist on that you've ever seen in Hollywood yourself that you think, now we couldn't put that in the show, no one would believe it? Have you ever sat there and watched a show just melt down or change completely in a meeting and thought, no audience would buy this?
I do think like that. I think all those things happen like daily, it seems. Because, you know, like I will say, like, maybe it's because we work on that other show, the cartoon, Mike Tyson Mysteries. I don't know if they mentioned it, but like that simultaneously has been going on while we were doing Nobodies. We were writing and I'm the producer on that. And then like I go to Las Vegas to record Mike Tyson, and there's never been one of those trips that's not crazy or so crazy that it's just like a level of insanity. I don't know. It seems like it's something out of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas or something, except I'm not on any drugs. But it's like just madness, the fact that man is involved in my life anyway. And, you know, just these characters, these people out here that are pursuing it, they're all crazy. None of them are normal. It's hard, even when you find the ones that you think for a second, like you're like, oh, okay, they're respectable and good and decent and normal. They always reveal themselves to be crazy. So it's like it's just a matter of time before you find out, you know, the studio head, whoever, they're all crazy.
So has it been strange going from writing and working on animation to a live action show?
Yeah, that was a huge learning experience. I mean, we were so green. Larry, the most sort of accomplished as an actor of all of us, although largely his accomplishments are small parts and then commercial acting. But he's done all the technical aspects of it. He's far more familiar with that than Rachel and I. And then, you know, like I would have the occasional part in my however many years that I'm pursuing this. You know, I'd have a thing like, here's the file, doctor, so I would say one line. And even then, I'd be so nervous and like it was just awful. I hated auditioning. Still hate all of that. When I don't do it, but like just the on our own set was crazy, and all these technical aspects of acting that I used to make fun of so many actors, like especially all the young ones that you see on the kids shows and stuff. And they seem so terrible because they seem so fake, but they have learned one thing, and it's all the technical parts of it. There's a hell of a lot to learn with the technical stuff, because I just found myself, I was like, oh, I take back every bad thing I ever said about a bad actor. Because it's hard to do the dumb shit. It's hard to just get it, just to stand in the right place. I found all that stuff shockingly hard. And then to have any semblance then on top of it to say someone else's dialogue and to have it sound halfway real. Now I think like, I don't know what, they're either idiot savants and they're idiots. I don't know which, but I found it tough.
Yeah, I remember hearing somebody in a class in college once bag on Disney movies from like the 60s, 70s, and then somebody went, no, Kurt Russell and all the other actors that came out of that school, they hit their mark. They know exactly where the light is, where to stand, where to say their line. If you need them to say it faster, they're on it.
Right. That stuff that's something. It's like you have to have some sort of control over yourself to be able to do that. And I think, like, generally speaking in acting, I'm in such a high state of anxiety that I have barely any control over myself. So if I come off even halfway good, it's because I'm tricking myself into thinking I'm just with my friends. That's my wife. That's Larry. It doesn't seem like I'm having to do any acting.
Has it been odd taking notes on a fictionalized version of yourself from your spouse and friends?
Yes. And that's another thing that was very funny because, like, there are just things that for each of us, I'm sure, they seem like they seem like nothing, but they're a big deal to all of us. Like, I don't know, little things like how I carry a bag over my shoulder. It's like, then, for camera, someone would say, you need to carry it on your other shoulder. And then when I would try to do that, it was just like so false and crazy. Like, it's like, well, wait, I'm close to 50 years of age. I've carried a bag on this left shoulder the whole time. and that it's, or even like Rachel would say, you know, maybe you're playing the scene, maybe you're too angry from the start. I'm always too angry. And then she would be like, I would be so in my head and defensive and probably get twice as angry. But it is so weird. This whole thing is psychologically probably ruinous. I don't recommend it.
The episode that I just got to watch, I was talking to Rachel about it. It kind of ends with the band split at the moment. I think she's the only one who still has a job, and you're about to be recast. I think on the show at this point because it's Robin the Hood now. Right.
And by the way, I think I just saw yesterday that Cedric, who is on our show, Cedric the Entertainer, is going to do a sitcom, and I think it might be called Welcome to the Neighborhood, and he's for like CBS, and it's that same premise. It's like a white guy moves to the hood. No, I'm not kidding. So the very thing that we thought was so stupid that no one would possibly do it, I think someone's doing it, and it's involving the man that's in our show.
That's just 2018. That's so 2018.
I mean, it really is.
No one would believe this. It's on what?
I mean, it's madness. I think I just read that yesterday on Deadline. Yeah, crazy.
That's hysterical.
But you asked me about the band breaking up. Sorry.
So do you have anything you're looking forward to in the rest of the season?
I mean, I think it's I think there's definitely. I hope that people get kind of caught up in the side story. In truth, in real life, I was one of those people who never broke up with anyone. Like I would just stay dating. I never had the balls to like break up with someone or disappoint somebody. So like I would rather ruin a relationship, steadily eroding it, than pursue what I want. I'll be fine. I'll just do this. And then years and years by. And I think at the end of this season, that sort of became like a theme of like, will my character wake up out of that state, that torpor, and like pursue something? And in this case, it sort of is Rachel. And I think it's a thing. We'll see. You know, it's a weird thing to do these shows now that are kind of hybridized comedies with also, you know, these networks. They have a desire for people to want to watch serialized shows, which I still don't really know how I feel about. But I think we sort of pulled that off, and it'll be interesting to see whether or not there's some sort of satisfying feeling at the end of it. Like does the narrative, do you really want to watch the arc of this? And I think we do have kind of a delicious, fun ending for the season. That's a little on the, I don't want to say fantasy side, but it seems like it's pulling the show into the realm of the, not silly, but maybe something that's just a little outside of just the mundanity of pursuing Hollywood. It seems like there's either a sublime or stupid quality to our ending that I think might be very fun. We'll see. It also just might be stupid.
Have you had a favorite cameo or guest so far?
I think my favorite person on the show is a person is the guy who plays my roommate, and his name is Pat Devine, and he was in Groundlings with us. And when he was in Groundlings with us, he got cut. He was one of those people that was not asked to join the main company. And he always seemed like something seemed wrong with him because he seemed kind of lazy, like he didn't write many sketches. But he seemed like the funniest person. There was something about him that seemed like he was the funniest person there. And then he had sort of disappeared. I don't know that he was even pursuing acting. And then we thought of him and wrote the part for him, and then found him and got him to audition, and somehow he did great at the audition. And I just find something about him sort of mesmerizing. Like, he's not in the show that much, but when he's there, I find him mesmerizing, and I just like that he's there.
Have you found yourself combing through the Groundlings troupe and going, oh, who can we lend some screen time to?
Yes, I mean we do, right, because one of the things that we do believe, and we're right to believe it, I think, is that we are better off. There's better chemistry we know and have a similar sensibility to. Luckily for us on the show, that happened to also be there. Happened to be some Groundlings people that are famous, so that lends the celebrity part. But equally important is just, I think, that it makes us seem like better actors and writers when we are writing for people who we think we know their comedic voice a bit, and then we think, even as at the writing stage, we'll be like, oh, this is that kind of character that Jim Rash does really well. And we could write a character that we've seen him do a version of on the stage a million times. It does help something. And then maybe Jim Rash doesn't even get cast in that part, but it's a way in. And we know so many people who maybe they don't seem like they can do a wide range of things. Like, I don't know much range I've got, but like, even if they have a limited range, there is a part for them that if we are smart, we write it and cast them, it will seem as everyone will look like geniuses because we'll have captured whatever that small thing is that's great about them. And we try to do that on Tyson as well. We cast a lot of Groundlings do small parts on the cartoon, and it adds a lot to the comedy. And additionally, it's like it's nice to work with your friends, not because it's just like you want to hang out with your friends, but because you don't have to spend a lot of time with the bullshit of like, is this going to hurt their feelings? How do I craft this note? Like, a lot of time gets wasted with politeness. And the three, Rachel and Larry and I, move very fast, and it always seems to astonish people how fast we move, but it's because we don't really dick around. Like, if the three of us think it's funny, it's in the script. We don't then second guess it to death or rewrite it for like chasing some other stupid line. Like, we just move fast. And consequently also, if we're in arguments, those arguments are not polite. We get right to the point because we trust in our friendships and our relationships with these people. So there's not as much bullshit, I think, as goes on normal shows with a big staff. As those other shows, I think it takes them a week to write, a couple of pages, it seems like, or a cold open will take them all day to write. We can knock that stuff out very, very fast. I'm so distracted right now because Rachel found a spider on the ceiling, but it's not even a spider the size of. It's not even a spider. It's like that's nothing. It's a dot.
It's a baby. That means there are more.
Oh, Jesus. This is what it's like working with Rachel and Larry. They're easily distracted.
I found a tarantula yesterday. She'd have flipped out. I can't thank you enough for taking out the time to talk to me about the show today. I've really enjoyed what I've gotten to watch of it, and hoping you get a season 3. Larry made me promise to call y'all if I found out. So
yes, please do. That would be
so
great.
We'll let you know.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hugh, it's been wonderful chatting with y'all, and hopefully you don't kill the spider; it'll eat the other bugs, and y'all have an awesome rest of your day. Okay.
Killed it.
Oh, it's too late. It's gone.
Oh, it'll eat the other bugs.
Rachel while you were saying that, she got herself on a chair that easily she could have fallen from, and she got it. So too late. Yep. Now we're all gonna have a glass of wine because Rachel's nerves are shot.
The day's over. You'll tell your kids about it.
Exactly.
Thanks so much. Y'all have a great rest of your day.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
The TV Dudes is an independently run podcast and a member of the Electric Sweater Podcast Network. We are exclusively listener-supported. If you'd like to help us out, go to patreon.com/tvdudes. You can like us on Facebook and Twitter at TV Dudes. All the music for our show is by our friend and original TV dude, Gregory J. Amani Smith. To find out more about us, go to thetvdudes.com and electricsweater.com. I'm Grant Davis. Thanks for listening.